Hey everybody, Ryan here at eTrailer. Today on our 2012 Dodge Ram 1500, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the etrailer.com Class 3 2-inch trailer hitch receiver. So probably my favorite thing about this hitch is its appearance. It's going to be pretty low profile and it's going to have a matte black carbide finish, and so it's really just going to blend in with a lot of the truck's plastic moldings, like our bumper plastic for example. And in my opinion, that's just going to give it a really factory look. I also really like how easy this is going to be to use. The hitch pin hole is going to be 5/8 in size, and it's going to be about in the center of our receiver tube. So you're not going to have to reach your hand way back there to try to get it undone. Now, I will say it does not come included with a pin and clip, but if you need one, you can find it here at eTrailer. I also like the plate style safety chain openings. They're actually going to sit flat, so we're not going to have to worry about any interference at all with our hooks hitting our pin and clip. These holes are quite large and open enough to use just about any size hook that we might have. And just in case if you're wondering, it is not going to interfere at all with our spare tire. That way if we ever do get a flat, we need to lower it down, raise it back up, we're able to do that. Now, even though the hitch itself is small in size, it doesn't mean that it's not going to be heavy duty. As far as the weight capacities go, they're actually pretty high. The maximum gross tongue weight rating is going to be 600 pounds. That's going to be the amount of weight pushing down on the hitch. So that's more than enough to use just about any hitch mounted accessory that you would want to. As far as the maximum gross trailer weight rating goes, it's going to be 6,000 pounds. That's going to be the amount of weight pulling on the hitch. So that's the weight of your trailer plus anything you might have on it. Now this can be used with the weight distribution system, which is a separate component, but if you are using that, the weight capacities do increase. The maximum gross tongue weight rating goes up to 1,000 pounds, and the maximum gross trailer weight rating goes all the way up to 10,000 pounds. Now I do want to point out, it's not a bad idea to check with your truck's owner's manual to make sure you can pull that much weight. And if you do plan on doing quite a bit of towing, I would recommend picking up some trailer wiring. That way the lights on your trailer will match up with the lights on your Ram. You'll be safe and legal. Now I'm going to give you a couple of measurements, and you're going to use these to help figure out which hitch mounted accessories to get. From the ground to the top inside edge of the receiver tube opening, it's going to be about 20 inches. So chances are pretty good you're going to need to get a ball mount with a drop. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the edge of the rear bumper, that's going to be about 2 inches. And you're going to use that measurement to help figure out that if any folding accessories you might have can be stored in the upright position without contacting the bumper. So overall, a good looking hitch that's going to cover most of our basic towing needs. Now as far as the installation goes, it is really straightforward and shouldn't take you hardly any time at all to get it done. Speaking of which, let's go ahead and put it on together now. To begin our install, we're going to be here at the back of our truck, and if you move to the center of our bumper, we're going to have a little round cap that we're going to pull off and set to the side for now. You can just grab it and pop it out. So now we can grab our hitch, and this edge here, it's going to kind of sit behind our chrome bumper. We're going to hold it up in position. We're going to go back up top from where we removed that cap. We're going to take the large bolt and get that started into the hitch hand tight for now. It's a little easier to tighten down just using your hand with a hex head Allen key, and the size we're using is 1/2 inch. Now if we come underneath our truck on the back side of our hitch, on each side of it we're going to have one oval hole. And what we're going to do is get our hardware through there. So we're going to take our pull wire, the coiled end of it, push it through the hitch and into our bumper beam. And we're just going to work it all the way back until we get it to drop out of our beam here. Then what we're going to do is take a spacer block, put that over the coiled end. We're going to take a carriage bolt, thread that on. We're just going to work that hardware back into the bumper beam. So if we keep pulling on our fish wire, we're going to get our hardware to pop out just like this. Now we're going to do the same thing to the other side as well. With our bolts pulled through the hitch, now we can get our nuts started. So we're going to have to take these pull wires off, but I'll say it can be a little tricky to make sure the bolts don't fall back in. So what I like to do is take a flathead screwdriver and kind of just put a little bit of pressure on the bolt. And kind of work that out again. And by putting this pressure on it, you shouldn't have to worry about it falling back in. Pull our fish wire off. Then we're going to take a hex nut and get each side started hand tight. With all of our hardware in place, now we can go ahead and snug it all down. Now with everything snug, we can grab a torque wrench and tighten all of our hardware down to the amount specified in the instructions. Now that the hitch is completely installed, all we have to do is put our cap back in place. And that'll finish up our look at and our installation of the etrailer.com Class 3 2-inch trailer hitch receiver on our 2012 Dodge Ram 1500.